That's it. It's there. It's there. Good morning, sports fans. How are you? How's everybody? We're live now, I believe, and we have my buddy Dustin Slade's here with us, and we have a special sweet guest star, Laura Hison. Laura, yay!
Hello.
And hey, Gunner, we got your question. What is a dark post? So let's see if I'm gonna select it. I hadn't done this before, so let's do this. And is it showing? Is it showing on the screen?
The questions, you mean?
Yeah. I just clicked it. So did it pop up or not?
Mine's popping up.
Oh, okay. So you can see it. What is a dark post?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, Gunnar, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents, and then we're gonna let Laura pipe in because she's done more of these than any of us have. And but basically, a dark post is it's a post that you can run on your fan page, no matter how many fans you've got, whether you've got 0 fans or 1 billion fans. Okay, and basically you can use it for testing, but it does not show up on your fan page. You can target specific audiences for it and use it for split testing to figure out what your best post is, and then let her rip. But that's a dark post, so it does not show up on your fan page, but it shows up in the stream of other. It shows up in the news feed of other people's stream, and you can select whether it shows up in the news feed. You can select whether it shows up on the right, or I think there's a couple other selections there too. But you can select whether it's just desktop, mobile, and that type of thing. But it's a dynamite feature, and if you use the Power Editor, you can really get targeted. So what you want to do is target into the problems that your market is experiencing, and then go out there and show something good in their feed, and hopefully they'll click on it and go take a look at what you're doing. Yeah, but you guys want to pipe in on that?
That's exactly what it is. It's trying to use that benefit of having the Facebook fan page to get out there and kind of submit, but not you're under the radar. There is the way I understand it. There, it's your dark post won't show up on your timeline. It will be, as an ad to all of the people that you targeted.
Correcto. Laura, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I would.
Cool.
Paid advertising is one of my favorite topics, period. And Facebook is a place that I got some of the best results and continuing best results I've ever gotten. And it's because I want to highlight something you said. First of all, targeting. We all know as marketers that's what it's all about, talking to the right people. So that's what dark posts really allow you to do, because essentially it's the same thing as promoting a post that everyone can see on your fan page, except for nobody can see this one. Why? Because maybe you want to make a bunch of them and you don't want to spam people, and maybe it's not all relevant, all the things you're promoting. So that's one reason why it's cool to be able to do that. But another reason is sorry, I was looking at my notes here. Okay, the reason why they're important, because I'm a how and why, I want to know why dark posts are even cool, is because those right things, first of all, take a note of the right side column ads. They're like obsolete. It's like don't even use them, because it's all about conversions. We want to spend less and get more of a result. And these posts there's interruption marketing, and that's what the right hand things are. They have to actually come out of the page and grab your attention. They have to be obnoxious. It has to interrupt you in your daily Facebook process, right? What we get to do with the dark posts is just go right into the flow of things. And if you're targeting correctly, you use very specific language and very specific images that are highly relevant to the people that you're targeting. And the last thing I'm going to say about this little part is images are 70% of the impact of your ad. The actual clicking of the ad, 70% of its importance all lies within the image. So that's something really important to pay attention to.
Okay, well, let me do a quick follow-up on that then. Where do you go to get really good pictures, or do you make your own, or how do you? That's a problem for a lot of people. So, how are you solving that for your ads?
Well, what I recommend, not even, I was going to say new people, but everyone, create a folder. And while you're going through your regular Facebook day, whatever catches your attention on that right side or in there or wherever you're at, and you see someone throwing ads at you, even if it's on Twitter or something, save all the images that matter to you, that catch your attention, because your target audience is very similar to you, most likely. So if it got your attention, it'll get theirs. Also, make a swipe file. If there's something you see someone saying and like, whoa, that's really cool, that's catchy, don't reinvent the wheel. I hate that saying. Just take it and borrow it and put your own little twist on it. But I do use PicMonkey to put, the colors around the outside. And people use red a lot, and red is one of those right column obsolete type of deals. Green is a really big, it's converting really well on Facebook right now, as of right now. The
Cool.
green outline.
Cool. Green converts.
I would say that's awesome advice. PicMonkey is really super easy to use as a newbie. You don't have to know any of the Photoshop or any of those skills. You can just plug stuff in pretty easily. And then I just popped another site into the chat. It's called Canva. And the reason I like Canva is it gives dimensions of different social media, presentations, posters.
Really?
Yeah, it gives you all
I just researched that for hours the other night.
Yes, it's a really cool website. It'll keep your designs together. You can put stuff together on there, kind of like PicMonkey. So that's another great resource. It's called Canva.com. Like Canvas, Canva. Canva.
Yeah, .com. Canva's a good one. PicMonkey's a good one. Both are great.
That's very cool. And even if you go premium with PicMonkey, it's like $5 a month. And I was really excited about that because, newbies especially, Facebook in and of itself, everybody wants to have a nice header, a background image. And I've had some bad experiences on Fiverr, so I'm a little weird about it. And I've created beautiful things. And granted, it's taken me some time, but in the beginning, you usually have more time than money, so take some time. And I put together some really nice things on there for $5 a month, and you could do all your advertising and all that stuff. But Tom, I had something written down here that I wanted to make sure that I highlighted that you said.
Yeah.
No fans. This is why I like Facebook advertising. So if you mosey over to my page and I say, yes, I love Facebook, I get good results on Facebook, and you see, oh, she doesn't have a boatload of fans, and they're not really interacting that much, because Facebook is multifaceted. So what is really cool about advertising on Facebook is it doesn't matter if you have fans or not. When you are literally advertising, you're going out and finding relevant people, you're putting an offer in front of them, and 9 out of 10 times you're driving them somewhere else, to your stuff anyways. So engagement is important, but it's just sad that I think people think it's the be-all, end-all. The only reason why fans and engagement matters, put it this way, is social proof. That's the only reason it really matters.
Well, you've got I know one guy that okay. But one of the things, how are you doing when you're doing your post? I guess is how you target it. The tighter you're targeted, the tighter you have it on the problem, and the more people are clicking through it, the cheaper your ads are. What kind of costs are you getting on your when you're running ads? What is your cost per click or whatever?
Well, I have some pretty hefty screenshots that I'm proud of. With when I was doing a lot of cost per click, I was getting likes for a penny a click, and
Cool. Now that's cool.
and my
That's
click-through
awesome.
rates were like 300%, 200 some percent. I mean, I got highly, insanely relevant with some of these ads, and that's because I focus on the how, the why, the crazy psychology behind it, and that is the hustle in advertising, constantly figuring out how to get more niche down to pay less. But I pay per impression.
Impression.
I don't
Yeah.
per
Yeah.
cost
Yeah.
per
Yeah.
click
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. You let them optimize it for impressions and for conversion or whatever.
And when you know that every single person that you're putting the ad in front of is highly relevant, it costs less to pay per impression because you know they're going to click it like crazy.
Yeah, Dustin just boosted a post, and he did it several ways, but he ran it against his fan page. He's got a lot of people on his fan page. Well, I mean, he's got like 17,000, 18,000 people on his fan page. So, but he ran it with them as a target, and he got 3 cent clicks, which I thought was pretty cool. So,
Which, as a side note, guys, those 3 cent clicks.
are you still running that?
I ran that for probably a month and a half, almost, and it got a lot of clicks, but it got very weak engagement. So I think,
But you got those people opted in. I mean, you got leads, and you got to sign up on those.
Well, no, not from that particular ad.
Oh, okay.
I was running stuff through there and for mobile business, and it just got weak opt-ins there. So I think doing targeted posts is a much more better use of your time and energy there.
Okay.
And play with it. You might just find that your boosted posts will go up. But just as a side note, those 3 cent clicks were great, but they didn't produce.
They didn't produce. Okay.
Produce was weak.
I thought that was the ones that were converting for you. Sorry about that.
The best ones that I had were about 30-cent clicks. This is where I got the most engagement.
Well, Laura, looks like you're the expert here, so why don't we dig into some Power Editor dark posts?
That'd be awesome.
And one of the things, like I did use a scraper. I've got a custom audience that's only got 20 people in, and I hand put those in. Now I do have it's probably not who I want, but they're all business owners, and they're kind of in my target market, but they're not targeted as much as I like. But I got a ton of those. So what I want you to do is, if you don't mind, is talk about targeting and how you do that, and then go ahead and set up a dark post. Are you game for that?
Absolutely.
Well, take it away, my dear.
All right. So I guess I will share my screen. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And I got you highlighted, so you got the screen.
Alrighty.
So, do we have any questions? Let's see if we got any questions out there. Anybody got any questions? Nope. Okay. Well, if you do, type them in. Ask.
All right. So, as everyone knows, the Power Editor, you can do a heck of a lot more in the Power Editor.
There we go. We got you now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, in order to get to this screen, if nobody has advertised at all, just go to Home and then create an ad, and this is how you end up here. And
excuse me, Laura. Hey, Tom, can you blue box Laura's?
Yeah, she's blue boxed. I mean, you should be seeing.
Okay.
Seeing her.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, just that. So.
Alrighty. So, first of all, yes, you can go straight to the Power Editor and create your ads in there. I highly discourage people from doing that straight off the bat because I don't want you to get discouraged and not do it at all. It is not super simple to use the Power Editor. So this is a really quick way. Page, post, engagement. And then what will happen is you choose your fan page here, and this box down here brings up your posts that are already on your page. Okay? This little plus sign.
And these are all posts on your fan page too. These are fan page posts.
Yes, these are already things that they exist on your fan page already. But this plus sign right here will allow you to create a new post right here, and you can make it, your post will show on your page right away. You can make it, you can limit the audience right here, very specifically, so it doesn't show up on your fan page if you don't want it to.
Okay, go back to that a minute, and let's see, how do you show it? How do you? So we're talking now. This is how you're gonna. This is the process to run a dark post from a page post, right?
Yeah, let's see here.
I mean, define what we're doing here.
Before it said private, but you know Facebook's updates. Okay, based on their language or location. Okay, so maybe we just want to do. I'm just going to take you through this right into the Power Editor after that.
Okay, cool.
United Post Office. That's not our country.
That's close.
United States. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this used to say public, private, and it.
Yeah, they just changed some things in it because I looked at some stuff, so they just changed some things in it the other day, I think.
Okay. So
it's all there, but it's in different places.
So let's just scratch that, because to be honest with you, it's about leveraging your time, and I don't think that that's using that feature at all is efficient use of your time, because it's silly right there. So what we're going to just do straight up is go to the Power Editor. So
now we're cooking.
From the beginning, click Home, go to your Ads Manager. There used to be a Power Editor button. Straight into the Power Editor. And what you want to do is something very important to note about the Power Editor is it's a separate entity from Facebook. So
and you need to use your Chrome browser to use it.
It's
Chrome browser based.
That is very true. Good point. Absolutely, you have to use the Chrome browser. So as soon as you come into the Power Editor, you have to click Download to Power Editor, and what that does is bring all of your Facebook data into the Power Editor, and when you're leaving, you have to upload them back to Facebook. So just remember, you have to bring everything in, and you have to take everything out. This is not like you're editing straight in Facebook. So, because believe me, you will be disappointed if you don't. I have tons of accounts here. Well, I'm not going to do a real one anyway. So, all right.
Well, just set up like a real one. Just don't run it. I mean, just set one up like you're doing a real one. Just don't run it.
Alrighty. So, I don't know if I should mention the audience. Here we go. Go to the ads. This is what you're going to see when you're in the Power Editor. It'll be separated by campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Nowadays, you can't just create an ad unless it's a part of a campaign or an ad set. It's very finicky these days. So
you start by creating a campaign.
Absolutely, because it just kind of breaks down exactly how you see in front of your face. Campaigns, ad sets, and ads. So maybe what you want to do is get, can I say MLSP here?
Sure. Why not? It's a.
Okay.
We can say anything we want.
Because we're MLSPers. So let's say that we want to run a campaign about MLSP signups. And page post engagement. Okay, so let's create that.
Now let me ask you this. Why are you going for page post engagement as opposed to sending them to a capture page?
Because that's what a dark post is, but we're actually going to send them. You can send them wherever you want to within the page post engagement. It's just the only way that you have the option of creating the dark post. Does that make sense?
Yep. Okay. So I just wondered why you picked post engagement right there. Okay, go ahead.
Wow, this is so different. Okay.
Yeah, they changed it.
I used to put out so many videos on the Power Editor, and I just got mad at Facebook. All right. So we created this campaign, guys. View the ad sets. I want to take a newbie that doesn't have really anything back here yet.
Right.
That didn't just want to jump into an ad. So let's go under ads where there are no ads, and let's see if it allows us to just create an ad. I already have all my stuff. Never had to start from scratch in the Power Editor.
If you have a campaign set up that
Awesome.
you're running it into, it'll let you do it. But if you don't, it won't.
Here we go. This is so perfect. I'm so glad that I tried this. Okay, so if you are a complete newbie and you have nothing back here, highlight the ads, click create an ad, and if you don't have a campaign, ad set, etc., it lets you create it right here in one step. Thank you, God. Okay. So this will be the MLSP test signups. This stuff, it really doesn't matter because you can change it. So
okay.
Yeah, we always want to go for
auction and page post engagement.
Because I really think that they allow you the flexibility to change individual ads later.
Okay.
So the ad set here would be, let's just say, a very specific custom campaign. Okay, say that you made your own custom funnel and it's leading to the same sales page. Maybe you want to split test, so you're going to create separate ads, but you're going to send them to the same place. So what I would do here is, like a specific product. So let's say YouTube product. Oh, jeez, I try to be generic.
That's okay. I mean, you can sell a product, you can sell a T-shirt, you can sell anything. So.
Right. Okay. So this ad set is going to have all ads under it that have to do with this specific product, and it feeds into my greater desire to get MLSP signups. And you can see right here how it just flows together beautifully. So here's the ad. Test one. I always name my ads that I have a clue in there so that I know what is in that ad, whether it's the picture or one specific word that sticks out to me, because usually I'm testing that copy in those pictures anyways.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So it has loaded for us very nicely the entire campaign, the ad set. I am like administrator, tons of different pages, so you want to make sure that you have, what? You can scoot this up so that you could see better.
Yep.
So what is highlighted right here is this ad you're working on right now. Now this is where I said you can get free to change some things, but make a note. When you are creating a dark post, just click page post engagement. You'll see why right now. Okay. This is new. Objective is set at the campaign level. So everything under this campaign has to follow this objective. That's good to know. You want to make sure you're under your page, because I literally am an admin of tons of pages. And I have promoted other things on the wrong pages before. That's not cool.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Okay, so create a new unpublished post. Now, first of all, if you click this, just like the first example I tried to show you guys, it'll pull up all of your last posts that already exist on your page. The reason I'm bringing your attention here right now is because I think it's really important. I teach never boost a post from your homepage, from your fan page. Never, ever, ever boost a post. It's lazy, and most of us, it's not lazy, it's not good marketing. Most of us don't have targeted fans. We just don't. So it's wasting money. You can come in here and customize an ad to promote any existing post that you have. So that's that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I never boost. Now this, create new unpublished post, that is your dark post.
So all you're pulling right there though is your page. What is that right there? What are you pulling right now?
These down here, that
Yeah.
you can choose from, those are the posts that already exist on your page.
Okay, so they're just your post. Okay.
Yeah, and that was a side note that never boost.
No, I got that.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, all you were saying was just don't do a boost post. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. So I mean, the thing to do is if you want to advertise, you want to be profitable on Facebook. The way to do it is to do it with dark posts and targeted.
Well, you can do it with it doesn't matter if it's dark or if the people could see it.
Right, but I mean, yeah, whatever. It takes a lot of. Forget I said that. Just keep going.
Okay.
Seems like the biggest benefit is that if you're running multiple ads, those ads won't show up on your personal page. Is that right, Laura?
That's basically what it's about. But I know someone's going to say, well, what if I want to promote the posts that are already on my page? Do I just click that boost button? Absolutely not. Come in here and treat it as if you're setting up a real ad for something that already exists. And then the other side of that is right here where it says create new unpublished post.
Yep.
That's where you go and you just create the post. You have a couple different options, but it's all self-explanatory. The video never really works well ever for me or any clients that I've put this together for. It just doesn't work. Yeah.
That's interesting.
The photo, obviously you can have a photo, you can have text. You would just post a status, which I don't know, whatever, if you want to do that. The most effective, you could do an offer, and you can have a button, and I see people doing that, and it's exciting and cool or whatever. I don't really promote offers unless I'm promoting, if there's a launch of someone else's, if I'm an affiliate of something that is clearly a big deal. But still, at the end of the day, people buy that kind of stuff from people that for a reason. They don't just click on an ad for that kind of stuff. So what I do is go in here, very self-explanatory. The URLs where you're going to send them to. The text is you want to stay away from.
Well, throw a URL in there.
Okay.
You can put mine in there. I was just kidding.
We're not going to run it.
You got to hire Laura to do that, guys.
There you go.
Ha ha ha. Post text. Okay, so again, what I said about that photo was the photo is 70%. The most important part of this whole shebang is making sure when people click on your ad, you've already sold them. So make sure wherever you send them to says the same thing. And then after they've opted in, you tell them the same thing. It needs to be congruent over and over and over again. It's kind of like patting them on the back the whole way through the process, reassuring them that they've made the right choice. So if you're going to say, how I generated 100 leads this week. You always want to have a directive in there. Click here, click now. It works well to make it like it's someone else's story or your own story. Facebook doesn't like scammy claims. So if you say a very specific, tangible thing, find out how I generated 100 leads this week, for example. That's still a little vague. Okay, find out how I generated 100 leads this week for my health biz. Click here.
Okay. Now, when they click there, your capture page is going to say that same thing as a headline, right, or not?
Very close, if not. If it doesn't say it, very close.
Okay. That's where you're talking about congruency. Okay, go ahead.
So this is the cool new feature that you can have a button. It would probably be learn more.
Yeah.
Link headline. So
now that's what goes under the headline, I think. If you'll click on that little bar thing, it's what goes under the headline, I think, when you go to the page. Or what goes, what's under your headline. I can't read it from here though.
Okay, bold text that appears as a part of the link portion of the story. So when there's a picture, this will be the bold part. So
Okay.
obviously, this would be something that you would want your target audience to tune up to. It's like saying shark or fish. Which one brings more of an emotional response? Shark. So try to use those kind of words. Shocking. And I can't spell. Okay, shocking milestone. You might not think that's congruent, but that's you're getting inside the mind of your prospect. The people that are still caring to figure out how to generate leads, those kind of words would stick out to them a lot. So, and this really is my domain, yourplantoprofit.com. This is the display link. You don't have to use what it really is. This is just kind of also coaching their mind along. So it could be, leadsforlife.com. It's not necessarily the truth. It's just another one of those
Gotcha.
pushers.
So
Now
that's the link that displays on the ad.
Yeah, and this up here URL is where you're really taking them.
Okay, cool. So it's just something that you can make congruent.
Yeah.
On the ad face, so that hopefully you'll get a click on it.
And I wouldn't get too excited to put all these cool domains, because what if somebody goes and somebody's weird like me and goes and looks up the domain and signs up for something there and you don't own it and it's not you.
Exactly.
So just be careful. But that's why I use Your Plan to Profit, because it just makes sense for a lot of what I do.
Okay, that's your actual URL though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they click on that, they're going to go see that, and that's going to be in the URL.
Yeah, that's actually the URL, but I forward it to different capture pages depending upon.
I got you.
Okay, so
that all has that in the URL, or it has different stuff in the URL?
Oh, this right here, that's it.
Okay, cool. That's it. Go.
Description. Obviously, this is the description. So if I want to find out how I generated 100 leads this week for my health business, shocking milestone. So story reveals how newbie generated. I hate using big words. It takes up space. Story reveals how newbie generated 100 leads. Okay, so you're being congruent here, but you could also take it, and this is a long process. Usually I have my avatar, my target person already profiled out, and then it all flows from me later. But you don't have to keep saying the 100 leads thing, but you can be congruent and say, I hit my first rank advance.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to say MLM, but you want to use the words that people in MLM, if that's what your ultimate goal is here, that will make their ears perk up and kind of sit up and care.
So what you're doing is you're putting something in there that your target market is the same words that they use.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's a target market thing. Okay, go ahead.
Hit my first rank advancement and 5 signups to 100 leads. Okay, so it doesn't have to make perfect sense if you're reading it like you're in a schoolroom. This is people's brains. They're seeing it. They're digesting it, and that's all that really matters. So I see that this person generated 100 leads this week for a health business. Obviously, if you're creating this ad, you're targeting people very specifically promoting health and wellness MLMs. That's just very wise to be very niche down. I mean, I would go very specific even beyond that. And then it says shocking milestone, so we're talking to the newbies we want their ears to perk up. And it says hit my first rank advancement and 5 signups to 100 leads. You could even say again, find out more or whatever. And down here, upload an image. You can select any image. Clearly, that's not a newbie image. I just didn't want to go through all my pictures, so this was at the top.
Right.
What I would put there, to be very honest with you guys and give away way more than I usually do, I would be very specific with the actual people and the actual company that I'm targeting. And you want to be weird about the copyright stuff. So what I would do is actually post in the photo something similar to their company's logo, or use a saying that they use. You know, every company has their own little thing. We do it big or whatever. They all have their thing. If you do that and highlight that, that person's brain, and that's what we're doing here in the newsfeed, their brain is going to tune into that ad and already be into it before they even know what you're doing or what you're saying.
Cool.
Okay.
Good tip.
This post will only be used as an ad. Clearly, this is what we're doing. And we create the post. If you wanted to put a video in here, just so you guys know, I'd put the video right up there. Or I would put the webinar registration link right up there. I really operate primarily out of the link section for any other questions that could, you know, come from this.
Okay.
Here's our post. Here, I'm sorry, our ad. It's right here, and this is the only evidence that it is an ad. It says sponsored. So there's the picture. That's where you see the shocking milestone. Hit my first rake advancement, 5 signups to 100 leads. Hey, maybe that would be a good picture. Oh my goodness, she's already got a picture with Diane Hockman and she just signed up.
Cool.
Learn more. Yeah, but they probably wouldn't believe. Okay, so this is the ad. It is created, and the only 2 other things that you guys really need to pay attention to, and tell me if this makes sense, only do desktop newsfeed. Where's it at? If you are going to target mobile users, and this is just an advanced, you're going to end up doing it later, so why not now? If you're going to target mobile users, target them separately in separate ads. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The audience, I absolutely suggest creating your own audiences all the time.
Now let me ask you this: How did you create that audience?
With a tool.
Okay, what's the tool?
Social Lead Freak, but I'm looking at another one.
Yeah, Social Lead Freak doesn't work anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it got busted.
They fixed it. I don't think it works for black hat type of things anymore. But it still gets the job done.
Okay, so what can you pull with that then?
What you can do is go to fan pages and get the user IDs. You can go to groups that you are a part of. See, before you were able to take private groups that you weren't a part of, take those IDs, and I don't believe that you can do that now. And anything that does exist that you can do that with, Facebook shuts them down. It's just how it is. So you have to be on top of it and ever changing, but definitely still stay on top of all the tools. You might have to go through 3 different ones, but what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't advertise at all unless I was creating custom audiences on Facebook.
Right. But in order to create a custom audience, though, you either got to go out there and hand do it, or you got to get a tool to do it. So I was just asking you what tool you were using. That was it. And Dustin, I think that was a tool you were using, but it didn't work there for a while. So.
Well, it's supposedly 1 more week out, that marketing bar, until they make their updates. So.
But that one, I didn't play with the one from the other day, and they're trying to go and be okay with the API for Facebook. So that's that one that we were talking about last week, Dustin. So
yeah, social marketing bar.
Yeah, that's it.
Social Lead Freak was very, they had a good relationship with Facebook and all that good stuff, and when Facebook does an update, they automatically didn't follow their guidelines just because they did an update. So that's kind of the name of the game. I'm doing some big advertising online type of deal stuff outside of Facebook, and I went to log into my awesome tool last night, and it's obsolete, and I just spent about 8 hours learning it. So that's how it goes, though, you know. But the good news is that there's always something to bounce back into, and I have a team that builds custom audiences for people just because it just saves time. When you learn how to do all this kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Right, Tom, and that's being a marketer, right? You see a need, you fill a need.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
So I don't want you guys to go crazy with this. Like, you can target online spenders, and I get excited about it, and it's fun. But if you're just creating your custom, I would start with custom audiences because that's where it's at. If you understand the mentality behind, it's about buyer psychology and what motivates people. When you understand that, then you can go into all this. But when I create this ad, it always shuts me down. Two things. If your fan page that you're promoting has restrictions on location and age, this has to reflect that. It has to be congruent. For example, mine is 18. So if I have it for 13 and up, the whole ad will not work for me, and it'll tell me that I need to make the change.
Gotcha.
So that could be something you're running into. But this last part, I think it's really important. Most people probably won't understand, but because cost per click is all we ever hear about. So let's see if I just grab an audience. They'll usually tell you, my Rob 4 audience. Those guys are really good. See, so the cost went up. Suggested bid, 32 cents to 71 cents. So this is
so you could just plug something in and it'll show you the estimated cost. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, of those, the value of those users, right? So
you know where my cost went down on some of that when I was playing with the options? When I went from men to women. My audience went.
That's a good. That's a good tip. I mean, if you're gonna run, you should segregate your audience like that and see how it works.
A couple split tests there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
I was gonna say when I chose the women, I always got much more engagement, and I got much more, a much bigger audience. I thought that was interesting. Cost went down, audience went up when choosing women.
You are a ladies' man, Dustin.
That's gonna depend on on your online presence, but you know everybody attracts different audiences. But that's just how it works.
So
play around with that.
Yeah, absolutely play around with it.
If you guys are creating custom audiences, like I just told you, if you do what I just said, I know this was a little choppy, but it's just how it is. Always on Facebook, you get new surprises almost every day. So if you do what I said, like from beginning to end, get very specific, very targeted, and you know exactly who you're talking to, right down to the fact that you actually went out and grabbed their IDs or had someone else do it for you, that you trusted to do the right job, then you don't have to play around with cost per click because I don't know, I don't think I have the picture on this computer. I have to switch it over, but I have an ad that I ran that literally was shown to 78 people, okay, and it was clicked over 300 times.
Well, see, now I tried to run something the other. It told me I had to have at least 100 people. I think at least 100 people on a custom audience to run something.
Well, yes, the audience was a couple thousand, but it was only seen by 78.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's when I took the screenshot there. So I don't even know how to do that math, but basically, if I would have paid, what's a good cost per click? Like amazing cost per click would be 5 cents, right?
Well, okay, that's fine.
That would be pretty amazing if you're getting a good cost per click and a really good click-through rate. And so I got over 300 clicks. I would have paid $15. That's not horrible. I hope I did that math right. I think it would have been more. 5 cents times 300 clicks. I think that's how you do that. But either way, I only paid $3 for it. So at the end of the day, that can add up.
You only paid $3. That's pretty cool.
I paid $3 and I got 300 clicks, but I got automated signups literally while I slept. You know, that was the first time I could actually.
Yeah, that's always the fun stuff. Yeah.
And automated signups are very hard to just get people straight through the process. I got 3 signups from $3, and it was all because I spent a heck of a lot of time targeting. So what you want to do, I suggest, this is the last part of this, optimize your cost per impression. When you can't do this outside of the Power Editor. You can either do cost per click, or you let them optimize, and you can bid per impression. Only in the Power Editor can you go in there and optimize your impressions. And then this is what you're doing right here. So you literally can say, I'm willing to pay X amount of dollars per click. I'm willing to pay per reach. I'm willing to pay whatever per social impressions. And then $5 for actions. What's a lot more important usually is reach when you're doing this. That's how it is, because your audiences are very small, so you want to pay for it to reach more people so that it reaches your entire audience. This is all like literally months and months of knowledge to swallow and understand, but it's planting the seed for something great. Social is the least important, and there you go.
So you actually bid on those specs when you're running an ad sometimes?
Yeah, I don't think this lets you do 0 anymore. Okay, so you don't end up paying this. I will literally put $5 in for all of these, but you know what? It actually mentally makes me feel good when I make them different values, and I make them.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean? In order of importance for myself, so that Facebook knows I'm willing to pay $10 per 1,000 people reached. Think about it. I reached 78 people and got 3 signups and 300 clicks. I could pay literally, that could be the difference between thousands of dollars if I'm just paying per impression instead of clicks, only if my targeting is precise.
Right. So let me ask you this, because this is where I was trying to play around with yesterday, and I don't know if I haven't played around with it enough, or just you can't do it. I was trying to target. I was trying in the Power Editor. They'll let you build an audience. But I didn't have enough. I had to put 100 people in there, and I've only got 20. So I've got another list. I've got a bunch of people, but I don't necessarily think that's who I'm looking for, though. So here's the question, and I think you could do it if you get 100. If you get 100, and then it'll let you build off of that. But how else can you use Facebook to build your audience? Use whatever's available inside Facebook to do your audience, or do you have to use a tool?
All right, cool. I understand that question. That's good. I'm gonna click on audiences. I don't know if it's gonna. I'm clicking upload changes, guys, because if you don't click upload, you're not that. You create the ad just by doing all that, but you click upload for it to go ahead and be injected back into your Facebook campaign manager thing, ads manager. So that ad's done, and now I'm going to go over to the audiences. Now what you're asking is how do we actually cultivate?
There's a create a lookalike audience. That's what I got into yesterday. I've got 20 people that I handpicked and that I went out and got their UIDs. And I tried to create a lookalike audience with them, and it wouldn't let me do it because it didn't have 100.
Okay, so this is what you do. You would come in here to upload your audience. You would go to create audience, custom audience. And here's how you can do it. You can have your data file, that's a CSV file, and that means that you used a tool to do it.
Yeah.
You can use them from, say, advertisers that have 30,000 people on their email list. It makes a heck of a lot of sense to advertise to people that already know you. So if you have an email list, you can already do that. You can use people that are already traffic on your existing websites or from your mobile app. But for people really in our area that are really kind of trying to do this thing, you really have got to use a tool, and that's the power of leveraging what the big guys are doing. You don't have the big list already, so you can go get a tool and create exactly who you want.
That's awesome.
Well,
guys, I got to squeak out of here, but Laura, that was really, really awesome.
Yeah, great.
Thank you for doing that so much.
Thanks for having me, hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. Appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. So I got to squeak out of here, but I'm going to watch the replay a couple times and get a couple of these rolling. I'm excited to see because I did Dark Post without doing the Power Editor at all. So I want to go back in there and tweak some stuff and see what I can do.
Yeah, well, you know where I'm at.
Okay, thank you guys. We'll catch you on the next show.
I'll see you, Dustin. Have a great one, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, hang on, Laura. Okay.
Right.
Okay, well, folks, and let's see. Does anybody have any questions? If no questions, I think is there anything in final that you want to say? Because we've run a little bit longer than we normally run, but
yeah, that's dense material. We could go on for years about this stuff, you know.
Now it'll all change next week, so
absolutely.
that's the thing about it. You got to do, if you're going to do something, you got to do it every single day, because you got to stay up with the changes. Because if you go away for a week or a month, the whole thing has changed on you, and you got to go back and learn it all over again. So it's so much easier just to keep in it and keep doing it and doing it, do it. And it's just a whole lot easier, because that way your learning curve, it's up front on the front end, but then it's just real easy as long as you're in it every day. So absolutely.
I guess that in closing, the most important thing is exactly what we're discussing right now. The audiences. At the end of the day, it's all about relevancy for conversions. Everything is a conversion. Offline, online, walking into the store, seeing a thing you want and buying it. It's all about conversions, and it's all in targeting. So all the mechanics of creating ads and all this cool stuff and what they lead to, that's all great. But you really got to dig into targeting, and specifically for Facebook, you've got to create custom audiences.
Well, I mean, it's like walking down the street, and I could give you the quick answer is, if the person doesn't have the problem, they're not your audience. You want to find the person that has the problem that you're speaking to. That's who you want to talk to. And the neat thing about Facebook is you can find those people. And I think you can find it through your fan page and interaction, and I know you can find it with tools. So, but it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to break the API and the TOC of Facebook, and whether or not you'll still be able to do the kinds of things that you want to do. Because anyway, that's it, folks. Enjoyed it. You guys check this out, and we'll see you next Tuesday, same time. Okay, 12 o'clock Eastern time. Laura, it was great having you. Thanks so much. And I'm just going to stop the broadcast, but don't drop out just yet.
Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Everybody have a great one. Bye-bye.